Okay. Okay. Welcome everyone to the Planning and Zoning Commission meeting. This is a web-based call, so we are operating under the following procedures. This session is being audio recorded. Please be advised that today we are also recording the video of the proceedings. We will not use the chat feature in this meeting. In order to ensure sound quality, the default rule for this meeting is that everyone will remain on mute. Commissioners and staff will generally remain on mute except when speaking or voting. This meeting is open to the public, but it is not a public hearing. Therefore, no members of the public may speak unless specifically invited to do so. If a member of the public creates an audio or video disruption, they may be manually ejected from the meeting upon recommendation of the staff or the chair. We appreciate your attendance at this meeting. Should you have any questions about this process, you may call our staff at 860-444-5813 after the meeting has ended. And with that, I turn over to the chair.
Thank you. Item number one, call to order, appointment of alternates. Bert and Doris will appoint you for Tim Condorino and Tim Bleasdale. Okay? Okay, great. Item number three, approval of the April 30th, 2024 meeting minutes. Have a motion on those?
I have one question.
Yep.
On the, the last page under, right before it says amendment, I guess it's not the last page, it's like the second to last page, right before administrative review, where it says T. Bleasdale noted that could potentially affect driveways. Is that the right effect? Just double check my grammar on that.
I'm not seeing where you see
it's
it.
Right above the so administrative review number 7. Above that you've got vote, and above that you've got amendment, and then the sentence prior to amendment, it noted the affect driveways.
Oh,
is that supposed to be?
Yeah, it's supposed to be an A.
It should be an A.
Yeah, that's the only thing I saw.
Yeah.
So we know Karen reads every single word. That's good. All right. Anything else, Karen?
Nope, that was all I saw.
Okay. Bert, you had a question, you said?
No, I was going to make a motion to approve the minutes, and I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as amended.
Okay. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay, motion made by Bert, seconded by Karen to approve the minutes of the April 30th, 2024 meeting. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All opposed? Okay. Next is application receipt. Item number 4, PL-24-7, request of Adams Builder, LLC, owner and applicant for a site plan modification for a multifamily development at 48 Great Neck Road, PDD 2 zone, in accordance with sections 22 and 30.2 of the zoning regulations, and as shown on plans entitled Site Plan, Sheet 1 of 16, Modification Replacement Plan of Ivy Hill Village, revised May 14th, 2024, action required by 7/31/24. So we'll receive that application. We'll also receive PL-24-8, request of the Town of Waterford Board of Selectmen for municipal improvement in accordance with section 8-24 of the Connecticut General Statutes for acceptance of Caroline Court as a public road, action required by 7/2/24. And we're receiving that, and we're going to deal with that tonight as well. So we have item number 5, which is application review, PL-24-8, request of the Town of Waterford Board of Selectmen for municipal improvement in accordance with sections 8-24 of the Connecticut General Statutes for acceptance of Caroline Court as a public road, action required by 7/2/24. John or Mark?
Yep. You want to start?
Sure. So before you is a 8-24, a referral from the Board of Selectmen to accept what is now formerly what is known as Caroline Court. It is a street in Quaker Hill, and it's off of Old Norwich Road. The history of this project, of this road, is that it was
John,
during
excuse me for 1 second. I forgot to say I am going to recuse myself on this issue. So I'm going to just turn the voice off, turn the camera off. Karen was going to take this over. Is that okay?
Yes.
Karen? Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So the brief history of this is that during the 1990s, the contract number 40 lateral sewers were installed along what is known as Caroline Court. And at that time, the next step would have been to accept the road. That never happened for what reason we don't know. We haven't. Jim Bartelli, our Director of Utilities, has looked extensively, and Attorney Avina and I have looked, and we've not been able to determine. So up until very recently, the road's been maintained by the town. It's listed by the state as a town road. However, it is not a town road, and the reason we know that is because the property owner's insurance figured out that it wasn't a road, and that in fact on his property, the owner has a 8-inch, 300 feet of 8-inch sewer main under the physical road, but actually part on his property, and the liability is very great. And so his insurance company dropped him, and he had to get new insurance. And he's been working with Mr. Bartelli for the past year to try and get the town to get to this point where the town would accept the road. I'm going to share my screen, just give you a little overview of of where we are located. Can everybody see my GIS up on the maps on the screen here? Put a thumbs up if you can see my screen. Okay, great. So Caroline Court here, we have Old Norwich Road. It's on the left-hand side as you're heading north. And it's got, as you can see, pavement, stop bar, stop sign bar, no hammerhead, just it just ends kind of abruptly at the end and goes off down into a hill. But you can see as I zoom out and I select the property here, you can tell that it is indeed not a road. It is actually part of this bigger piece of land owned by Mr. Charles Renzoni. So in the process, over the past year, we've been working with the owner to come up with a plan that the town would take the road and accept it. What we've done is we've created, I've put another PDF on the screen now of the actual, what we plan on taking as the town. As you can see here, we will be taking the piece of a right-of-way that is, hang on 1 second, let me zoom in. It's 16 feet wide at the east side, and approximately 26.5, it spans out to approximately 26.5 feet at the west end, and it has all the houses in front of it. What we've done is we've negotiated with the owner. Well, actually, the owner has agreed to give, as part of this, a snow shelf hammerhead. Not enough for a turnaround, but certainly enough to put the snow off to the side so that it doesn't pile up at the end. It went through, the owner has offered to deed it to the town for $1. And this proposal has gone forward to the Board of Selectmen and has been referred to us, and Mark has prepared a 8-24 review. That is whenever the town accepts a road, the Planning Zoning Commission's responsibility is to, during an 8-24 review, they're acting as their planning capacity to accept a road and make sure that it is in accordance with the Plan of Conservation and Development. That's pretty much it. And after this, if there's a favorable recommendation or you make your report, and then it gets referred back to the Board of Selectmen, who will then refer it onto the RTM for acceptance. So with that, I have nothing else to say. Attorney Avina is here if you have any questions regarding the road or any, Any legal questions?
Jonathan, did you say that you had a second slide that showed what it's going to turn into?
This is it. Okay. So what are you?
I still see the other one.
All right. Let me see.
Yeah, John, you want to show that survey that Jim had done, A2 survey.
You see that now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so this is, I'm sorry, I was describing what I was looking at, and I thought you were all looking at this, so I'll go over it again. We have 16 feet over near Old Norwich Road on the east side. On the west side, we are not taking the entirety of the pavement. We're going only as far. We're leaving a little bit of room so that in the future, if the owner wants to, he can still have a lot here, and then in the future, if there ever is a development, he can use this portion in the rear. So we'll be taking approximately 287 feet of the 300 feet that are there. And then I mentioned the snow shelf. It's a 10 by 20 snow shelf on the south side. This lot here, owned by Mr. Renzoni, where my cursor is at the south side of the map. There's nothing on that other than a driveway. Where he has a boat and a garage, and I think he parked his car there. And so this is the proposal that we would be accepting. Once it goes to final acceptance, we would then update this survey to be, to up to A2 standards.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions or comments?
Karen, I have one question regarding the end of that, what will be the end of that Caroline Court Road if this is approved. I'm just wondering, is there going to be some sort of barrier or something at the end of that road, or will people just assume that the road goes further? I guess I'm a little bit confused by that. And I understand the reason for not taking the whole road. But I could also understand if the owner subdivided that property, or maybe it can't be subdivided. I don't know. So that the I guess the southern lot and then that western lot were two lots instead of what looks like one that's going to snake through the actual road.
So is the question, are we going to put something at the end of the road? I don't believe we will, because this driveway here leads back. There's access to this person's driveway. So I believe the town's road will end here at the snow shelf.
Town's obligation.
The town's obligation. The actual pavement will continue on to the end, and there's grass at the end here. So you can see the end of the road when you're out there.
So that means that person's driveway will partially be driving over a private property area. Does he automatically get an easement for that? Because
this is his son's property right now. This piece of property here is owned by the property owner owns both this land and the other piece right here to the north. So
that may not.
I suppose in the future, if it were to, maybe Rob could answer that better.
Yeah, I think what you're looking at, which is a good question, is that and we have a lot of this around town, but this is an A2 survey. So the survey is not quite complete showing the son's property line, but I think if you continue his property line over to make a rectangle, part of his driveway is actually encroaching on what we would say is his father's property right now, a separate property owner. So I'll take a look at that, and we'll probably obviously be notifying the son that when the town takes what we take, Part of it's going to be his pavement, up to that arc of the curve there. And I'm sure that, I don't think between the family members, I don't think that should be a problem. So we'll take a close look at that.
I have to say I'm uncomfortable with that arrangement. It's fine while it's family, but it might not stay family, or they could become estranged or whatever. It just seems like either that deed gets some sort of easement to allow that property owner to transgress across the
Right.
father neighbors.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think we're talking, and that's just a great comment that we didn't pick up on before. Yeah, I'm going to go back to the Ronzonis. I think we're looking for a quitclaim from his son. So the quitclaim deed is going to be for any interest that he may think he has beyond his own property line. But as a condition of this whole thing, that has to become part of the transfer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, good point.
Does anyone else have any comments or questions? I have one quick question that it's not quite what Bert was talking about, but for the snow shoveling area, is there going to be some kind of indication for that being what it is? I mean, I can't imagine the plow drivers are going to bring the survey out with them when they're sent out to do the roads in the winter, that they would know that there's that one spot there. Do we anticipate any kind of?
Right. Yep. So what we're thinking of is, and we had Gary Snyder involved in this, is that typically they would come down and simply push the snow forward into that other area there. But that obviously can lead to problems because it's going to be an access issue for both the son and the father. So by adding that little bit there, the drivers will probably have some red stakes there during the winter, and they've got to pivot and push it over there with our 2-inch snowfalls these days, and then pivot out of there. So I think it serves both purposes. It gives them a little bit of a tee to get in and out, and then there's a way to somewhere to push the snow.
Okay, but it will be marked for
Yep.
them.
Yep.
I mean, I just don't want to put it on the driver to have to remember this one little road while he's trying to get everything done.
Well, they already plow apparently, so they're just used to pushing it forward. But we'll work with them. We've got a couple of quirky roads in town, much like this, where they were already there, and we just had to adapt to what was the existing conditions.
Okay. Does anyone else have any comments or questions?
So my one follow-up question, Karen, is with the necessity of maybe having some more legal documents, whether it's quit claims or whatever, do we need to wait for those things to be put into place before we vote on this? Or is this something does it even make sense for us to go forward until we actually know what we're voting on?
Yeah, Rob Avina again. You're not in any way accepting the road. Your comments, which include these good comments, will be passed on as part of the final acceptance by the RTM. So we don't have any of the final documents done, and we won't until probably the August RTM meeting. And at that time, everything you've commented on, I will take notes and I will be preparing as part of that acceptance.
So thank you for clarifying. I guess my concern is when it comes to making a motion, would we have to have some conditions added to the motion?
Just two at this point, I think, that I've heard would be, motion to recommend acceptance by the RTM, provided number one, town attorney is able to obtain a quitclaim deed not only from Mr. Renzoni but from the son, for the purposes indicated on the survey, the driveway and the actually small part of his front door walkway there. And two, that it's recommended to DPW that they take some steps to clarify the existence of the and the whereabouts of the snow show.
Thank you.
Okay, anyone else? I don't see anything. No? Okay. Does anyone want to try to suggest a motion?
I can do that, Karen, if you'd like.
Go for it.
Okay. I propose that planning and zoning, that the commission approve the CGS 824 application number PL-24-8 for the acquisition of land for the purpose of providing a public road known as Carolyn Court, by finding the proposal consistent with the town of Waterford's 2012 Plan of Conservation and Development, and to adopt findings 1 and 2 of the staff report, and with two conditions. One, relating to Mr. Avina, our lawyer, getting quit claims from the owners, the father and son owners of the adjacent properties at the end of Carolyn Court, and to work with the Department of Public Works to clarify where and how the snow shelf will be used.
I'll
Is that
second.
okay?
Anyone want a second?
I'll
Okay,
second.
so Bert made the motion and Doris seconded. We want to vote on the all in favor?
Aye.
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 Anyone opposed? So I think that's, I'm in favor. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Is that right? And 0 opposed. It passed. Okay. Should we invite Greg back?
I'm here. I'm here. If you can just note, Katrina, is she here? Did I abstain on that?
Yes.
Okay, great. Thanks. Okay, great. Item number 6, administrator review. Do you have anything? Nothing, right?
Nope.
Item number 7, correspondence.
Nope.
Nope. Item number 8, any past or upcoming applications we should be on the lookout for?
Mark?
Oh, who we have coming in? Oh, we have the expansion of the eye doctors on Crossroads, and right now, the expansion of their parking lot. So that would be a modified site plan approval. They just finished up the preliminary review, so I expect to see them probably within at least the next 2 meetings.
174 Crossroads.
That's 174 Crossroads, I'm sorry. So they're expanding the back of their parking lot to accommodate more customers there. So that'll be coming in. And right now that is
Farmers Court.
Where is that?
That's next to Curtin and Shipmans on
Oh,
Crow,
okay, yeah, yeah.
down in the back.
Yep.
Right.
Any other applications coming in?
I mean,
All the 830.
yeah, so there's an application that's gonna be coming through for an 8-30G a proposal for 24 units off of the end of Roberts Court. It's actually technically 403 Mohegan Avenue Parkway. That's currently in for, I believe they've made their application to wetlands and will be coming through for a site plan approval. And that'll be coming forth probably in the next couple
Months.
probably in the next couple months. So they'll be on the lookout for that.
Any progress on our moratorium?
We still have all the documents have been reviewed by the town attorney. And it's with the first selectman for review.
Okay.
I have one quick question.
Yep.
Yes.
Have we had any conversations about the new POCD review?
No, I have to set up a schedule with John on that. It'll be in probably end of June.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or anything for John or Mark? No? All right. Motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to adjourn.
Motion made by Doris, seconded by Bert. All in favor?
Aye.
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 Okay, great. Wasn't our quickest meeting, but pretty close.
Have a nice night, everyone.
Yeah, enjoy the nice night.
Bye, everyone.
Good night.
Good night.
Thanks, Karen.